Well, for more on the developments in the Southeast, Chukuwuma Okenwa, Executive Director, Lead Network Africa, and leader of the Concerned Igbo Stakeholders Forum, joins us now in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us, Chukwuma.
Thank you. Pleasure.
I mean, for some political analysts, Anambra State remains the beacon of hope for the Southeast because of the quality of leadership it has had so far. Today we have your namesake, Chukwuma Soludo, taking the reins as governor. What are your expectations for him?
Honestly, I expect Soludo to perform much more than he has even said. Indeed, there's a whole lot of hope on him. He's promised a lot. He's also demonstrated a whole lot, starting right on time to demonstrate that he is prepared for leadership. But before now, we'll see someone like making plans for proper leadership recruitment, reaching out for the best from all of the quarters in Anambra State, something that defies the convention or party stalwarts recommending candidates. He was insisting on the very best. Another thing also that is very striking to note, which of course he said that within the next 1 week, he should be able to announce his commissioners. That is commendable. Another thing also that is worthy of note about Professor Soludo is the very fact that the very first day at work was not graced with the usual fanfare, of gathering the political hallelujah boys to come sing and dance. But he is saying he's going to give in 8 hours on the first day of work, and that is commendable. And then, of course, that he's got no time or kobo of taxpayers to waste. And there's some very striking thing also is the fact that he realized he's been able to assess Anambra State, see that revenue touting is an issue. He also saw that the issue of tax collection is not effective, as when you compare that to the GDP, it's really very minimal. And he's actually come up with a strategy to contain some of these, what I see as things that are inimical to the economic growth of Anambra State. And that's commendable.
Absolutely, and like Patu Tommy said there, no resource will be wasted. That seems to be what Soludo, seemed to be saying in his inaugural speech. And every tax money will be deployed to provide maximum value. It looks like, Soludo is coming up with some kind of template that may just eventually be the template that Nigeria can work with, eventually. But let's talk about a point that he made. He acknowledged the fact that there are limitations imposed upon subnationals because of the, the structure of the, of the federation. How creative do you think Soludo can be to circumvent those limitations in a way that he can actually deliver at the end of the day?
First, let me observe that should Soludo go on with his proposal to cut down on cost of governance, I would rather say he's building on the template laid down by Peter Obi, because he's one apostle of cutting down on cost of governance, which is quite humongous as long as Nigeria is concerned. I mean, you see public officers spending carelessly on things that don't really worth the essence. And so talking about the current structure and how it predisposes the struggle that the subnationals they face, I think the state actually has enough enormous powers at the moment and should be able to demonstrate that with the one they have, they are committed to the social contract they have with their people before they can begin to negotiate more. We want to see, especially when it has to do with making the ministry, departments, and agencies viable, as well as the local government. The local government administration is one of the pipes, conduit pipes that governors use to drive this nation. And I think it's one we need to refocus on. When Mr. President made a disclosure that on the average, each of the 774 local governments get to receive about 300 million. And most of those governors allegedly divert 200 million, despite the fact that this money are now being channeled through the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, no longer directly through the state account. We expected some level of financial accountability, but then you still see governors getting their stooge, entering into some kind of contract, and then getting a revert from them, which ought not to be so.
Well, he has said he will not waste one kobo of taxpayers' money. Chukuwuma Okenwa, Executive Director, Lead Network Africa, and leader Concerned Igbo Stakeholders Forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for joining us.